So I'm standing in front of a 1-acre vineyard, and my son John over here is about to start putting up a smart net system that was imported from Thailand that's made of plastic that's going to cover the whole thing. And we have no idea, or I have no idea, how that's going to happen. And I'm just walking along the length of the vineyard. It presumably covers an acre. Acre is area, so the perimeter determines how this is going to be put up. So this vineyard is about 3 years old, and the purpose of the netting is to prevent the birds from eating the grapes. So in the past, as I mentioned, this is 3 years old. In previous years, we've had really bad frost that damaged them a great deal. This year, we haven't had frost. Instead, we've had a lot of sun. And so again, I'm walking along the perimeter of this. And on this side, you see these big poles. And these big poles, I believe, is what the netting is going to go over. Now, how that's going to be put up by two people, my son and my daughter-in-law, with me videotaping, I have absolutely no idea. But I'm still walking the length of the vineyard, and in a moment we'll come to the end. So this is the length of the vineyard, and now I'm going to turn. You can see all these poles that John and I think Ian have put into the ground to support this net, which will be a permanent addition. So these are each of the rows, and as you can see, there's space in between for walking and harvesting and stuff like that. But again, we've got these poles here, these poles here, and the challenge today is to put up this net that will be, I think it's done in sections, and it can be rolled up. It's supposed to last for 10 years. So this is our adventure beginning. John, you're saying that when you got the system, they didn't send you any instructions, but there were videos.
There's some videos, yeah. There's some videos of how to set it up, but they were using different anchors, different fasteners as far as with gripples, different wires.
So what are you using?
So I'm using arrowhead anchors.
So which ones are the arrowhead anchors?
Well, they're hard to see.
Is that
they're
one?
in the ground. No, right there, you see the wires going in the ground?
Oh, I see.
So
okay.
They look like a big arrowhead with a drive bar and a sledgehammer, and you bang it in the ground. Then it has a wire going through the tip, near the tip.
Okay.
And then when you put tension on the side, it turns the arrowhead sideways.
Gotcha.
So it keeps pressure on it. And then this is a ripple system with the wire from jolly old England. So they make it in jolly old England.
Okay, that sounds good.
So those are 12.5 gauge high tensile wire, ripple medium plus fasteners attached to the posts, and then we fed the wire through one side of this netting that's going to be in the center. Now I got to take a wire and run it all the way down to the other end, and then we'll anchor it that way. We'll anchor it down over here, and then we'll try to run a wire through the other side of the net, and it'll be draped over in the middle here.
Okay, so we'll come back after you try running one down. Is it working? Yes, Jana. Okay, what are you doing? So explain what you're doing.
I'm carrying the ladder down so John can get up onto or attach the wire to one of the posts.
Okay, so get moving. I have the easy job. I'm just carrying a tool. But that Jana is amazing, carrying the ladder all the way down the end of the acre for Johnny. Okay, so Jana has carried her ladder down to John, who's now connecting the wire that he pulled along the length of this to one of the posts.
So it's actually going through the post.
Oh, it's going through the post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the idea is that I have to run 2 wires here with 2 different sheets. There's 3 sheets. One 20-foot sheet in the middle, a 50-foot, and a 50-foot.
So hang on just a sec. So I'm just showing over here. So you're going to have 3 of them going along this length.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm coming back to you.
So where the sheets meet, there needs to not be a gap, because if there's a gap like this, see, I couldn't take the sheet and pull it all the way to the end if it has this teardrop at the end, because it would stop where the gripple would be. So I'd have this gap. So to avoid the gap, the idea was to drill a hole through the post at an angle. I lined it with a tube so that way it wouldn't rub. Then I'm going to attach it to the anchor here. In the back.
Okay.
And then that way when we tighten it up, the 2 wires will be right next to each other.
Awesome.
So hopefully it works.
Okay. Okay, John, what are you doing now?
Well, I got to put tension on this wire.
So the wire that you've just strung and hooked up at the end is now on the ground.
Yeah. So I want to
Okay.
get tension on it.
Okay.
So
we have to make sure it doesn't hook around the grapes.
yep.
So I'm going to play that role. Okay, thank you. All right, so Jonna did her thing on the ladder. Johnny cut what he was doing. I'm just holding this back here so it doesn't bounce back. And then Johnny will come back around here and we will go to the next step, which I'm not sure what it is, but he knows. Okay, John, so what have you just done? You've just come back from being on the other side of the fence, and you basically you cut and anchored the wire that was suspended. So now what are you doing?
Well, there's a string. It runs through all the eyelets on the edge of each side of this sheet.
Okay.
So I attached a wire to the rope, and then I'm trying to undo this rope over here, which is difficult when you're talking and trying to do it at the same time. But then I'm going to attach that ladder to have some tension, and then we're going to try to feed it through, and then so we can run the other wire, and then we can pull down the net and see how that works.
All right, so we'll come back when you're ready to pull down the net, and it's going to be down one strip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the middle.
All right. All right, John, so you've just walked down another string for this one that's on the ground, okay? Yeah. But you have this netting over 2 strings already.
Yep.
Okay, so the netting goes widthwise rather than lengthwise, is that correct?
It goes
or does it go both?
all the way down that way.
All right, so it goes the entire length, and how much of the width does this cover?
Well, it's a 20-foot net, and it covers 16 feet, so there'll be a little droop in the middle that I'll have to deal with after the fact.
All right, so there's going to be 3 nets, is that correct?
3 sheets, yeah.
3 sheets.
So
okay.
50-foot sheet, 20-foot sheet in the middle, and then another 50-foot sheet.
Okay.
That's how the manufacturer makes it as far as width. So.
Okay, so what are you going to do now?
Well, Jonna's going to use that fancy wire tool so we can get the wire up on this U channel.
Okay.
There. And once we do that, we go outside the fence there, trim the wire to length. Jonna will feed it through the post. We'll tighten it up, and then we'll
put tension in it and see if it works.
Yeah, see if it works.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Can you explain your concern about the way the nets look right now?
Well, I'm concerned about the droop right now, but that'll go away once we get it tightened up.
So there's more droop between
again,
this section and the other section. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you're not worried about it, you're just noticing that, hey, that's what's happening. Okay.
Surprise.
So what Johnny and Jonna are doing now is walking the length of the vineyard and removing the wire from the post because there should be enough tension in it to keep it above the vineyard. And then we'll see, because they're going to pull the net, and I don't know how they pull the net without it coming on the grapevines, so we will see.
Move at the same pace.
Okay, so
You're not really. Are you undoing it?
now they're pulling the wire,
Here's the moment.
and it's an experiment. We're going to see what happens here, because the middle lane still has the wire in the U-hook. The ones on either side don't, and so you can see that it's pulling from here as they're walking down. So, and they're both going at the same speed.
Then I'll come meet you. Oh, you pull them both. They're both going.
Well, I'm pulling one and it's pulling both.
Yeah. So I'll just keep.
So the challenge is getting it over some of the U-hooks, because the U-hooks are in a number of places and it's covering multiple rows. All right, so it's going up now. Okay, going up, guys.
All right. We're almost over this first hump.
Yeah, so John is, and you're about the same height for both of you.
You want me to come down there?
So this is the netting up, and which is really quite impressive. So this is along the length of one row, and then over here is another row. I'm sitting in the golf cart, so you'll have to excuse the fact that I've got, that I'm doing that. But on this side, and I'm going to turn this around quickly, you see the slack that there is in the netting. And so what Jana and Johnny need to do, or will be doing, is trying to figure out how to take the slack out of the netting. But it looks very impressive. There are 3 of these very wide nets that go over the whole thing. So Jana and John are prepping to start covering the next 4 rows of posts. What was really interesting was that this netting arrived in a way that I didn't envision. It was just in a bundle, a heavy pack, and they took it out and then strung it over each of these wires. And Jana is fixing this now. She's threading. You're threading the string, right? Well, what are you doing now, Jana?
I was gonna untie that knot, but John's signaling for me to do something.
Okay.
I don't know what, but I was preparing.
All right, so Jana's climbing up on the go-kart here to get this started.
So now we'll attach this wire to this string so that we can pull it through.
Okay, so Johnny does that step, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Johnny is going around the fence again. He put the gate in way down at the end. Bye, John.
Put a door in up there.
So there is draped netting at the end of the field. So Johnny and Jana have it all set up, and they're going to pull it along the length of the field. So we'll see how it goes. Go for it.
Trying.
Getting it past the goal post here, or the posts that are supporting the wire. And every time they get to a post, they're making sure that it doesn't get stuck.
Nope, I can't move.
So it looks like they have to untangle 2 wires.
I don't know what it's caught on.
So is it caught on something,
I
Jana?
think it's caught on the wood here.
Oh, at the base?
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay. Is it just the pile down here? So there it is, fully pulled on one side. They're going to add more in the middle, but there it is so far. Okay, so we're on day 2, and the challenge has been to connect the net to the poles that are right here. So in order to do that, we have the Servo family out here holding on to this net, stretching it. I'm just going to come over here so you can see what John's doing. So what John is doing is now anchoring the net to the poles on this side, and it was really tough stretching it. It took all 4 of us, or 5 of us, however many of us, doing different things to stretch it so that it would connect. So now it is connected.
This is John from Fruitful Acres. The net is up. We got it up over the weekend. It was a lot of work. Family affair. My mom came out, lent a big hand. John and the kids were out. But it's done. Still got to tighten up a few things. Some of the seams. Just make sure there's not enough space for birds to swoop through. But should make life a lot easier in the long run. Looking forward to not having to do this. Glad it's done. You can see right there, there's a seam between the 2 sheets. There's 3 sheets on top. There's one of the seams with some clips to clip it together. But yeah, the birds were just starting to find the seedless grapes, so we put it up just in time. Now we just got to clean up a little bit, tighten things up, but we are done.